Hi, hiring prostitutes is a lot like raising children. If you pay well enough, you get to enjoy the good times and they leave before things get awkward. G'day folks, I'm back and ready to rock. Today we're getting the full Yakuza experience and I pinky promise that you'll like it. So to jump right into it, this storm of fists right here is Kiryu, and he's basically a glorified errand boy for the Dojima family. And by that I mean most of his errands grant him the glory of bashing skulls for various reasons. And I gotta say right off the bat, this is a game that knows how to make hits satisfying when they connect. They just have a lot of meaty weight to them and you can taste the pain. I can feel my balls tingling whenever I land a massive shot. It's just that visceral and satisfying. So basically, Kiryu is down for any work that involves dishing out beatings. From debt collection, to maintaining the family turf, to serving as a part-time father figure to the local troubled youth. A couple bumps and bruises is a small price to pay to be taught that the streets are mean and you should quit the game before it's too late. Of course, when it comes to that lesson, Kiryu is more of a teacher and less of a student. And that's because he's not just another inferior street rat and he's really just built for this stuff. There's different ways of making ends meet in this world. Some people punch the clock. Kiryu punches people who don't know what time it is. This game, by the way, is set in the 80s, right smack in the middle of the Japanese glory days, when those hardworking Japanese salarymen had lots of money to blow on girls, gambling, bars, entertainment venues, girls, and everybody wanted to be the ones to provide. The Yakuza just had certain advantages in getting a big piece of the pie, and you'd see their pieces if you looked just barely underneath the crust. Overall, times were good, and everybody was getting paid. You didn't hear about no herbivore men when the money was flowing, son. Kiryu doesn't care about any of that though. Kiryu smash. Kiryu get caught up in the plotting of one of the higher-ups named Kuze, and is framed for offing a guy. And then Kiryu is told by the same guy who framed him to turn himself in to save the image of the family in the eyes of the public. Cause even if they produce the wrong person, the general public will still feel like the family has a strong sense of internal justice. And under all this pressure, Kiryu is all like, all I've got in this world though is my balls and my word. And I know you'd like my pinky finger, but I'll do you one better when I break my foot off in your back pocket. Kuze-senpai, I've had enough of your scheming ways, Zoo. In fact, I want out of this family. That way I can try and sort things out while staying at least an arm's length away from you especially. So Kuze is all like, you're already out. And Kuze saying this made it official because of his high rank. He said this, however, in the heat of the moment, not realizing soon enough that this made Kiryu an ordinary citizen. And according to the rules of the family, they couldn't just deal with him swiftly and eternally like they could when he was still a member. Of course, he orders his men to attack poor Kiryu anyways in a shameful display. So Kiryu can finally do his Kiryu stuff and be like, you wanna play Rafu? Say hello to your little friends on the floor. You guys like seafood? Why not try sticking your head up your own starfish? That way you can see food you saw before. Hey, big man Amori-chan, I suppose you'd like to tell the wife that you've been promoted to chairman. But personally, it doesn't sit well with me when you hold it over my head like this. But hey, I already quit. I'm just a layman now. Hey, what you got there? I should warn you, I'm really in the zone right now. Only problem is I can't move. Well, at least it's in the front this time. Press A to have abs of steel. Right, Kuze? Nice tats, by the way, Four Eyes. Your tramp stamp looks like a constipated baby king. Hey Kuze, I wrote a poem for you. It goes like this. Mr. Kuze, fathead rat, tried to frame me, now I'm here. Break frame in your face. Ahem, why me, Kuze-chan? I have my rights, and my lefts. They break broken bones. Yeah, buddy, time to send you off. You ain't my senpai. You tell lies, hide behind rank. Glasses won't come off. Kuze, because of your shameful display, you must now chop off your little finger as a super pinky promise that you'll be a good boy from now on. Hey Kuze, high five. Hey Kuze, I'm feeling kind of dizzy after that fight. Can you do me a big favor? Stick out your hands and ask me how many fingers. Kuze, stop leaking everywhere. No one wants to clean that up, you animal. Hey Kuze, are you as stumped as I am about the rituals of this place? Kuze, are you gonna ask for a discount on your next manicure? Kuze-senpai, I wasn't really paying attention. Did you just become a Jew? Which, by the way, IMO, circumcision would make for a better punishment in this sort of situation, while losing your pinky would impede function in this line of work. Imagine getting to experience the best ultra-fortication, and then getting your pee-pee mangled and having it be reduced to feeling like rubbing elbows. Like guys, right now, go ahead and pinch the skin on your elbows. There you go. Now one of the things that pinkies are known to be useful for is wielding katanas, which is kind of how this practice came about. And if the graphics weren't so good, you would think that Kiryu didn't have any pinkies at all, because the katanas are so friggin' useless. I mean, I thought I had this game in the bag when I found one, but at least the one I was using, maybe there's better versions, but a sword is a sword. Every swing did next to no damage and left Kiryu wide open. I did only try it against the real estate bodyguard guy though, so maybe I should just go ahead and assume that it's some kind of cheeky commentary about the absolute state of the Japanese real estate business, that even a literal sword can't cut out a piece of the action. But you know, in this story, let's say, this real estate company doesn't operate all that much different at all than the actual Yakuza. And about that, as I said, this was the 80s, and between then and now, there's been some changes.
The chick looks here and there. A tiny bird flies in and begins to feed it.
Now before I wrap up this video, I think Kiryu should appreciate that he didn't end up with the terrible fate of Kuze's design, and just walk the earth a bit, get some fresh air and see what's good. High school girls selling pantsu? Nah. Hey baby, you hear about this new game called Dungeons and Dragons? Well, we got a dungeon right here, so why don't we tie you up and see if a dragon takes the bait? You know, with all the bodies that Kiryu is sending to the pavement, people should start calling the ambulance in advance. But you know, the funny thing is, people often don't take important jobs seriously. Oftentimes, these positions make people full of themselves and they act without a sense of urgency. Real talk, I actually have a buddy who once had some serious heart issues to the point he called 911. When they got there, a female paramedic asked him what's the issue, which is something you'd think dispatch would have relayed to them from the phone call for the sake of efficiency. So my buddy tells her he's having heart problems. So what does she do? She goes ahead and starts acting like he's hitting on her, like it's some kind of pickup line. I mean, heart issues is obviously a pretty common call. And there she is, joking around, wasting time and not doing what she can to help my friend. And actually, he did get one number wrong in the address when he was calling them because his heart was spazzing out so bad, and they ended up taking a long time to find him, when you'd think they'd be able to track his location just from the phone call, or even just see him there laying in the street. Honestly, in a lot of cases, you'd be better off just calling a cab to get you to the hospital. They don't have the same egos, and a sense of urgency is built into their pay structure. They're also cheaper. Anyways guys, I've got lots more content planned for this channel, which I'm going to be posting fairly regularly, so until next time, this is the sassiest gamer saying, swing for the moon, cause even if you miss, you'll be seeing stars. Askunare, Asusuku so head boys. Moving on. Askunare, what's up girls? Sherry along. Mammy yo, what's it take? Yo, what's it take? Tsua baka meno. Yomeko wa yori, yora tuna amai. Kisu de. Junaku ni namitai no yo, Komi no disco queen. Awoka shisha kamashii no yo, monkey cat food. Atashi wa ni subenichi ni namitai no yo, omeranate yo. Hikimori namitai no yo, hima sugoi, spend cash with me tonight. Shunaku ni namitai no yo, Komi no disco queen. Awoka shisha kamashii no yo, Kiki tate, a coastal wani, subenichi ni namitai no yo, only a diamondo. Hero enemy namitai no yo, one yari, one dance with me tonight.